During a summer storm on July 6th of 2016, I sat on a patio of a rented condo in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. My telephone rang, and on the other end was my son. His voice cracked. The events of the past 24 hours had been too much for him. The death of Alton Sterling at the hands of 2 police officers in Louisiana, the murder of Philando Castile on July 6th. The hours we spent on the phone that day haunted me. I felt as if his father and I had failed him. We told him that education would be the phoenix that would lift him from the guise of people who would judge him based on the deep, cold melanin of his skin. We told him that police brutality was reserved for those who failed to follow the laws. But the videos were too graphic and too gross for me to acknowledge the error that we had told him, that complying would be enough for him to live another day. So here lies a tale of the day in the face of my own adversity. It was the sound of my son's tears that made me search for something deeper than myself. I was angry, I was bitter, I was broken. I found myself professionally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted. And just in the nick of time, the Asset Learning Conference of 2016 happened. I remember like yesterday walking into a room that was much too small to be able to envelop the revival that would take place in my spirit as we sat and heard the conversations of the racial wealth gap. I sat in the room, I took a deep breath, and I breathed. And in those moments, I looked around the room, and in that room, I saw what I believed to be right. A group of people that looked like a melting pot of races, ethnicities, professions, ready to see what we could find out about this broken system. The next 4 days lifted me. It was there that I got the tools, the resources, and the skills that I needed to be able to go back into my community and use those things to address the disparities that we were facing. The next 2 years were hard, they were daunting, as I found myself fighting for seats at tables to make sure that the conversations about disparities were no longer going to impact people in a way that we would be silent. On May 24th of 2018, after spending 15 years working in the nonprofit industry, I was tired of fighting for seats at the table. I recognized within myself that I'm educated, that I am strong, that I am capable, and that I am an unapologetic Black woman capable of opening my own doors, buying my own table, and sending out my own invitations. And so, on June 1st of 2018, Brick by Brick was officially launched. And I spend my days now creating opportunities to address disparities that impact people of color, women, and other marginalized groups. I walk across the hall at 9 a.m. every morning. I step into the room that was my son's childhood bedroom. I sit at the table that I paid for, and I address disparities, and I help advocate on behalf of other individuals. Because I truly believe that I could never bear to hear the broken sounds that I heard from my son on that day. And so now I work because I truly believe that there is still a time when equity and justice is no longer going to be a dream, but it will be a reality for our children, Brittany, John Michael, and Kimberly Michael. Welcome to the conference.